He's pinned him.
He's picked again. And that'll be another 4. Good decisive front foot movement. What a good shot that is. Yes, thank you very much.
Oh, it's very finely played. That'll race away for more.
Half the fans asking for trouble.
It's a great shot. It's a strange looking shot, but it's going to get in 4 runs. Oh, that's close. That is close. Oh, and he's given in. Collingwood, arms aloft, hands high, and Tendulkar stands there. You can't believe it. He's on the way back, and he misses out on his century.
He's got this away. It's raced away to the boundary. And again, consecutive boundaries. It's such a quick outcome, this.
Shot of the morning or of the afternoon. 4 down on 1 knee.
Brilliant shot from Sachin Tendulkar, and
That's a magnificent strike for 6.
Welcome back to this very special edition of Harsha Unplugged. We're talking to Sachin Tendulkar and discovering things about experience and the likes that I honestly hadn't heard him talk about before. Now, Sachin, everything you do, everyone talks about. I guess part of the baggage of being Sachin Tendulkar, and you know that better than anyone else. What's with the 90s? I mean, it's become a media obsession, isn't it? Now, Tendulkar gets into the 90s. I don't know if you're tense or the whole country is tense.
Harsha, when you score 100, he's playing for hundreds. If you score 90s, why isn't he scoring hundreds? The way I look at it, it's better than scoring 20s. You know, eventually, what matters to me the most is the victory of our team. You know, if you score 100 and you don't win, you're not a happy person in the evening. I mean, what I want is the smiles in the dressing room, and that is what we play for. You know, we play as a team. And as a team, something that is the most important thing for us is the victory. And if we win, and I get out on 19, I'm happy doing that.
Does it sometimes happen that you play a certain way right through an innings, and then you just tell yourself that there's a phase, okay, let me play safe for a while now, then I'll get back to an attacking mode? Do you go through those phases? For example, I'm trying to figure out, does it happen now that you get on the 90s and say, okay, let me play safe for about 10 minutes? Then let me get back once I cross 3 figures. Does that happen sometimes?
I don't think that happens only in the 90s, but it happens when you know which bowler is the wicket-taking bowler. And sometimes against those bowlers, you just got to try and hang in there, because that bowler is going to come and maybe bowl 2 or 3 overs. So just play out those overs a bit safely, a bit carefully, and then you look to accelerate. It doesn't matter whether you're in 90s or 50s or 60s. But it all depends on who is bowling at that point.
Yeah, it's interesting you talked about experience, because one of the things I got the feeling in England was there were some bowlers you were almost giving too much respect. I just wonder whether it was a phase that you were trying to get by. But we were saying, hang on, I mean, why is Sachin giving him so much respect? He should be scoring more of him. Is that happening more and more in your life sometimes?
I don't think so. I think it happened on a couple of occasions in England, and it was intentional. Because I felt that was the crunch moment of that test. And on both occasions we had a very important partnership, one with the Saurav and the other one with the Lakshman in the third test. And those couple of spells were, I thought, good spells, and we both with Saurav and with Lakshman I discussed, and we thought that if we see through the spell, it's going to get easier for us.
You
And
took more balls on the body than I've ever seen you take.
yes, the line was such that I had to do certain things, and I was prepared to take that.
Doesn't hurt.
Sometimes,
never know, right?
sometimes it hurts,
Yeah.
but it was. I think it's part and parcel. I mean, sometimes you hit those big drives, sometimes you get hit by a bowler, and that's fair enough.
Good shot. Well, it's bludgeoned away.
He's decided to play it at last, and he's got a boundary.
Shot. That was gone before.
That is beautiful as well. And we don't need to run a ball for that. Don't need to call, just watch. Edged and straight to the slip fielder there.
That'll go away as well. Past the practice pitches for four. And then go away. 3 in a row from Sachin Tendulkar. Tendulkar brings up a half century. Big one. 10 yards back. Tendulkar's cutting loose.
Tendulkar will look for two. In fact, he split the gap.
4 more, add 4 more to that.
Clever cricket.
He's taken it. That is a dramatic dismissal.
You've often talked about your different role now in the side. You said earlier on I had a certain role to play, now I have a different role to play. Do you seriously think that, right, now I'm 18 years in the side, so I must play differently, my role is different, or is it something that evolves?
No, the role depends on what kind of players you have in the team. If you've got more attacking players, then obviously the role changes a bit. But
But there is no great attacking player than you.
I mean, it is also the strategy. I mean, if the planning involves that I should stay there till the 40th or 45th over, then you play differently. And if I'm asked to go out and play my game and play all the possible shots, then I would do that. So it all depends on that.
You also got a photographic memory, I know that. I remember sitting with you in your restaurant once, and we were watching the Hero Cup, the highlights of the Hero Cup from '93 were going on, and you suddenly said, hang on, next ball I know what's going to happen. And I remember sitting with Sanjay, and he said, I can't believe that he remembers what happened in '93, which is why I want to come back to you. Do you see your style having changed in terms of your technique having changed between, say, the early '90s, the early 2000s?
It has surely changed, because with time everything changes. There's nothing that doesn't change. So similarly in my case, I mean, with time it has changed. I've tried to make myself a better batsman. You sit back and you analyze your batting, and you figure out, okay, these are the areas where I can improve, and I've tried to do that. And while doing that, certain changes have taken place. And
What areas would someone like a Sachin look at? Do you see whether your feet are moving right? Do you see the bats coming down right? When you analyze an innings, I mean, a lot of people analyze your innings. I'm sure a lot of bowlers analyze your innings more than anybody else. You're probably the most analyzed batsman there's ever been. But when you are analyzing yourself, what couple of areas do you look at? How do you know you're playing well, and how do you know you're not playing as well as you'd like to?
Well, I think what's going on in my mind, that is more important than anything else. And I know what I was thinking during a particular ball or particular over or that particular session, whatever.